visit to Germany, Bhakti-Bhusana Swami became his initiated disciple. After his time in Germany, Maharaj traveled within the now former communist countries like Poland and parts of the former Soviet Union. He opened many temples and outreach centers in Germany and the former communist countries where he was stationed. After relocating in 1981 to Argentina, he found himself in another dangerous destination as the country was under military rule. Bhakti-Bhusana Swami Maharaj continued to share Krishna consciousness with the local people despite the threat of danger and many obstacles. In 1982, during a visit to India, he was awarded the Sannyas Order. Currently, His Holiness shares Krishna consciousness primarily in South America. He gives discourses in Spanish, German, and English languages, and is an initiated spiritual master within ISKCON. Maharaj has also served on the GBC, Governing Body Commission, for many decades. And this evening we want to once again welcome Maharaj in our usual way together by loudly chanting Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Shri Baba Ki Jai! I only will speak a little. I will not give a class. That's what I was asked for. Can you put it like this? Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihare Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihare Bhakti-Bhusana Vallabha Girivardhare Bhakti-Bhusana Vallabha Girivardhare Yashodanandana Vrajananandana Yamunatira Yamunatira Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihare Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihare Bhakti-Bhusana Vallabha Girivardhare Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dare Yasura Nandana Radhana Nandana Yasura Nandana Radhana Nandana Amratira Yamratira Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti-Vedanta Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Jai Namacharya Shrivasthapu Ki Jai Prem Jaga Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Girivardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Ki Jai Matadam Ki Jai Navitam Ki Jai Om Gamai Ki Jai Yamunamai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakti Ki Jai Gaura Pramanandi. All glories to the seven devotees, all glories to the seven devotees, all glories to the seven devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So thank you very much for participating in this very nice, wonderful ceremony. Actually, I was asked not to give a class, but just to comment something about the ceremony and the prayer that we are reciting at this most auspicious time. So I was looking for something on the database, Prabhupada speaking about this ceremony. So Prabhupada says, there's a statement in the Padma Purana describing the ritualistic function during the months of Kartik, October to November. During this month in Vrindavan, it is a regulated principle to pray daily to Lord Krishna in his Damodar form. The Damodar form refers to Krishna in his childhood, when he was tied up with ropes by his mother Yashoda. Dharma means ropes, and Udara means the abdomen. So Mother Yashoda, being very disturbed by naughty Krishna, bound him round the abdomen with a rope. And thus Krishna is named Damodar, During the months of Kartik, Damodar is prayed to as follows. My dear Lord, you are the Lord of all, the givers of benedictions. There are many demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva who sometimes offer benedictions to their respective devotees. For example, Ravana was blessed with many benedictions by Lord Shiva, and Hiranyakashipu was blessed by Lord Brahma. But even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma depend upon the benedictions of Lord Krishna. And therefore Krishna is addressed as the Lord of all benefactors. As such, Lord Krishna can offer his devotees anything they want, but still the devotee's prayer continues, I do not ask you for liberation or any material facility, up to the point of liberation. What I want as your favor is that I'm always sorry. What I want as your favor is that I may always think of you from which I see you now as Damodar. You are so beautiful and attractive that my mind does not want anything besides this wonderful form. In the same prayer, there is another passage in which it is said, my dear Lord Damodar, once when I were playing as a naughty boy in the house of Nanda Maharaj, you broke the box containing yogurt, and because of that, Mother Yashoda considered you an offender and tied you with rope to the household grinding mortar. At that time, you delivered two sons of Kuvera, Nalakuvara and Manigriva, who were staying there as two Arjuna trees in the yard of Nanda Maharaj. My only request is that by your merciful pastimes, you may similarly deliver me. The story behind this verse is that the two sons of Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, were puffed up on account of the opulence of their father. And so once, on a heavenly planet, they were enjoying themselves in a lake with some naked damsels of heaven. At that time, the great saint Narada Muni was passing on the road and was sorry to see the behavior of the sons of Kuvera. Seeing Narada passing by, the damsels of heaven covered their bodies with cloth. But the two sons, being drunkards, did not have this decency. Narada became angry with their behavior and cursed them thus, you have no sense, so it is better if you become trees instead of sons of Kuvera. Upon hearing this, the boys came to their senses and begged Narada to be pardoned for their offenses. Narada then said, yes, you shall become trees, Arjuna trees, and you will stand in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. But Krishna himself will appear in time as the foster son of Nanda, and he will deliver you. In other words, the curse of Narada was a benediction to the sons of Kuvera, because indirectly it was foretold that they would be able to receive the favor of Lord Krishna. After that, Kuvera's two sons stood as two big Arjuna trees in the courtyard of Nanda. Maharaj until Lord Damodar, in order to fulfill the desires of Narada, dragged the grinding mortar to which he was tied and stuck the two trees, violently caused them to fall down. From out of these fallen trees came Nalakuvara and Manigriva, who had by then become great devotees of the Lord. There is a passage in the Hayashesha Panchatattva which states, my Lord, O Supreme Persons of Godhead, I do not want any resultant benediction for my religious life, nor do I want any economic development, nor do I want to enjoy sense gratification, nor liberation. I simply pray to be an eternal servant of your lotus feet, kindly oblige me and give me this benediction. So this is description of Krishna's becoming Damodar. Krishna's another name is Damodar. The Damodar temple, Radha Damodar temple, is in Vrindavan, and I was staying there, Prabhupada speaking. Still I have my 2 rooms. So this Damodar description, the Damodar month is coming, and it will begin on the 18th of October. So from that day, we'll observe Damodar Vrata for 1 month, from the 18th to from the 18th to the 7th November. The duty will be that in the evening you'll offer candle, a small candle, all of you, just before the deity, not within the room, outside the room, and chant the Damodar Rastaka Namacharan. That is already printed in our songbook. So this will be Damodar Vrata. That Damodar is explained here. Hare Krishna. So are there any questions? What called your attention?
The course of Narada being, although it's seemingly a course, it ended up being a blessing for Nalakuvara.
Yeah, when the great souls curse us, we benefited by that curse. Like you see in the Radha Muni. Radha Muni is actually one of our Sampradaya Acharyas. He's also now alive. So, and also, Prabhupada mentioned here that he was staying in Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. Who has gone to Vrindavan to see this temple, Radha Damodar? No lady? No? You haven't been there? Huh? Yes. So these places are very auspicious. And that place especially, because like Prabhupada mentioned here, he had a room. Actually, he was staying there. And from the pastime books of Srila Prabhupada, it said that at one point Prabhupada had gone to Vrindavan, and after a while he became known in Vrindavan as a great devotee, philosopher. And sometimes when important people would come to Vrindavan, the authorities would bring Prabhupada or carry them to see Prabhupada. There's one photo, it shows that one minister of the government who had come to Vrindavan, and they were, I think it was Radha Damodar temple also. And Prabhupada was preaching to them. Very nice picture. So Prabhupada was presenting himself from Vrindavan to go to the west. Actually, Vrindavan is the most sacred place on this planet, actually within the universe. Actually, we're very fortunate to live on this planet, because this is a place where Krishna appears. Once in a day of Brahma, Krishna comes to this planet and manifests his most intimate pastimes, most profound pastimes. So Prabhupada was staying in that place. And he actually was staying at the Damodar temple. Those who have gone there know that there was some very important samadhis there. Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, I don't remember. It's a part of the temple ground. There are all the samadhis of the important devotees. So Prabhupada was praying to Rupa Goswami. It says actually, there's a picture. Well, somebody actually invented this picture. Not invented, created this picture as a painting. Where Prabhupada is instructed by Rupa Goswami. So and it's time when Prabhupada completed his first canto, the 3 volumes of the Bhagavatam. He thought that now was his time to go to the West. Prabhupada used to say, the more books we have, the more respected our movement becomes. So Srila Prabhupada finished his Bhagavatam and then he went to the West alone. When you read the Lilamrita of Satsvaru, you notice that Prabhupada actually went all alone. He even asked some of his godbrothers to help him. But unfortunately, they were not so much inspired to help him in the West, unless they got all the credit for it. Anyway, so there's these pictures, very nice pictures where Prabhupada starting walking in New York. And he was actually not used to the cold of New York. And actually he, for the first time in his life, he saw some snow in New York. Prabhupada mentioned that when he came and he saw the snow, he thought somebody had painted everything white. And these first photos, very nice. Prabhupada, the clothes he's using, apparently not his. He was wearing a jacket, like too big jacket. He had to, double it. And once he was walking on the street in New York, and some young person approached him with a long beard, long hair, and he asked Srila Prabhupada, "Are you from India?" And then Prabhupada, "Yes." "Are you interested in India?" And this person was Hayagriva. And then Hayagriva revealed to Srila Prabhupada that actually he had been in India. So then he asked, "Can I also?" No, and Prabhupada said, "Yes, I have a little place here, close by." And Hayagriva asked him, "Can I also bring my friends?" There's those Ketananda and the first ones who came to the temple. And then more and more young people came to Prabhupada's place. And whenever they had a program in that place, he always offered incense and a flower, picture of Krishna. So the young people used to call the ceremony the bells. And Prabhupada always ringing the bell. And Prabhupada started speaking to them. And actually it was a very special moment in New York. Actually Krishna had prepared the ground for Srila Prabhupada. In the 60s, beginning of the 70s, many young people were, rejecting the values of their forefathers and their parents, searching for something more sublime, more profound meaning in life. And then, those who were fortunate, they came to see Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, commenting that, later on he said, actually, you were very fortunate because you had, you were not like in India. When you go to India, there are so many different philosophies and interpretations of the Gita, the Vedic Shastra and all this. And Prabhupada said, we were actually very fortunate of not having been exposed to these things. So Prabhupada could actually start instructing us. And then after a while, when Prabhupada came to the West, he didn't just want to teach us how to chant Hare Krishna and eat prasad and all this, and dress like the devotees. But actually Prabhupada was expecting that we help him in his mission. And Prabhupada mentioned that just like a father, let's say he has a business, and he is waiting for his sons to grow up to take over the business, and actually be more successful than himself. So Prabhupada was doing the same thing. Actually, Prabhupada had a mission, a very important mission. He had brought Krishna consciousness to the West, and he was expecting that his disciples also help him in his mission. And Prabhupada started instructing his disciples. All of a sudden he told somebody, you go to Japan. You go to, who knows where, like that. I was with my godbrother Trivikram Maharaj some time back, and he told me in one conversation with Sri Prabhupada, he had told him, go to Japan. Immediately go to Japan. So he went to Japan, started preaching there. And then he wrote a letter to Sri Prabhupada, asking him for help. He asked Prabhupada, please, can you please send somebody to help me, or I'm completely alone here. And Prabhupada said, no, you create devotees. You create your association. Hare Krishna. And this way, Krishna, under the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, the movement starting expanding all over the world. And devotees actually, it was something very, very special at that time. Actually, when the devotees went out, they felt protected by Srila Prabhupada. It was something incredible that they completely fearless. They went, following the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, and Krishna would give them all the facilities necessary. I have also a little bit of that. I'm not that important, but I also have that experience. Also, I went to one place alone, and we started. I was chanting on the street alone. I had a poster, Prabhupada, and there were no books yet in that language where I was staying. And I had a basket there, and I had a little, what is it in English? Actually, I'm not used to speaking English anymore. So I had a little, like a piece of paper or something. How do you say this? Yeah. And I was saying, well, I am a disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Bhusana Swami. I have come to your city to open a Hare Krishna temple. Please, point. And people will come, they surround me, they give me donations. And at one point also, I had lived in the commune with other young people there in that place. And then they asked me to leave because I was too strict. I didn't associate with the ladies like they did, the hippies did like that. I didn't eat what they ate and all that. So finally they told me, please go somewhere else. So I was sitting there and chanting, and then a couple stopped. And I asked them, you like this? You're interested? And then I told them, look, I have no place to go. Can you give me 2 square meters to spread out my sleeping bag for the night? Yes. So I went there, and I stayed there for a few days, and all of a sudden the lady said, look, there's a shop across the street, they're renting it. Very, very, 10th class little, with a show window. And at that time we would always move in dhotis, shaved like that. So I went to the owner and asked, can I have that place for some time? And he said yes. So we started. And then somebody sent us the Ishopanishad, the first German book. And we had no idea how to distribute books at that time. I just put it, when I sat on the street, I just put a little price, there,
Price tag?
a price tag there, and people would come and buy the book. I couldn't believe it. And then on the window, I hang up the Ishopanishad in the window, open, and made some thread. This is this and this is that, like that. And people would come, and came in and wanted to buy the book, get the book. And then young people came, and they became devotees. At that time, when Prabhupada was there, we were all very young. Advantageous. Okay, we like the adventure. So we were all young. And there was an interview once with Srila Prabhupada at that time. They asked him, why are your followers all so young? And Prabhupada said, because I'm more intelligent. Yes. So that's how it all started. And then more and more people came. And we started going to different cities. We had a lot of centers at that time. Yeah? And the centers were all full of young people. Yeah? And we became known all over the place. And they took us very serious. They saw it as a phenomenon. I say phenomenon? Yeah, phenomenon. And newspapers came, television asked us to come about that. Yeah. So anyway, that's how it all started. No? And like I mentioned in the beginning, no, Prabhupada expected us to take part in his mission. Go out and preach. Yes, I'm sure there's so many people here in Guyana who have never heard the holy name, who have never received the book, who have never seen a devotee, have never heard Harinam Sankirtan on the street. There's so much more to do. And that's what Prabhupada did. After a while, when Srila Prabhupada created the GBC and all this, he wanted to especially hear from his GBCs about how many temples are opened, how many devotees were made, and how many books were made. These are the most important things that Prabhupada wanted to hear. And everything else, was supposed to make that possible. Anyway, so I don't want to extend it unnecessarily. Hare Krishna, is there a question maybe? Or commentary? Ladies, any questions, commentary? Yes.
Krishna Maharaj, thank you for sharing those whole nuggets of pastimes. Prabhupada, simple question. Today is the first day of Damodar month. So, how should we? What should we do to increase our endeavors, our devotional service, our services during this time?
Yeah. You should add something. Chant more rounds, take more time for reading, do some extra service. That's what the month is meant for. Yeah? To increase. You should always increase. Prabhupada didn't say maximum DC Sevana, he said minimum DC Sevana. Yeah. You ever heard that? Minimum DC Sevana. 16. So do something extra. Take a vow in front of the deity of Radha Damodar. Yes, come closer.
I was hearing on a lecture from Prabhupada. He said, I cannot protect you if you don't chant your 16.
Yes.
Give a little comment.
Yes. Prabhupada gave us.
Protect you if you don't chant your.
Yeah. At the end of the Bhagavad Gita, there's a verse where Krishna says, now, I have explained everything to you. Now you decide what you want to do. That means Krishna is not forcing us. He's speaking everything very nicely to Arjuna, clearing all his doubts. And then in the end he says, now you decide what you want to do. That means it's up to us. Yeah? We've been given such incredible opportunities to purify ourselves, make our life successful. But it's up to us how much we accept. What do you think? Krishna protects his devotees. In due course, devotee for some time, you notice how Krishna is protecting you, how Krishna is giving you opportunities, how Krishna is maintaining you. Just like Prabhupada did. When Prabhupada came to the West, it says that he only brought 40 rupees. Sometimes when you go into a country, they ask me how much money you have. And Srila Prabhupada only 40 rupees. I guess I didn't ask him. And then what I heard is, so when Prabhupada went back to India the first time, He still had his 40 rupees. Can you believe that? So how was that all possible? Because Krishna protects his devotees.
So the devotee is offensive by not following the rules. This is still a protection.
Yeah, it has its price. No? When you want to get some quality, you have to be ready to invest more. There's so many cheap offers. Prabhupada gave us the best. Of course, Prabhupada was very convincing. You know, sometimes somebody came to Srila Prabhupada and gave up everything just by being with Srila Prabhupada. Like Bhakti-Bhusana Thakur said that the quality of a Vaishnava, you see, and how many other persons he had transformed into Vaishnavas. Like a touchstone. Somebody was starting some. Oh.
Sometimes we're practicing devotional service, and like the month of Kartik is here. We want to do more service, but at the same time, we're attached to material things. And although it's as if we can't help ourselves to do those material things, or let's say we're not eating prasadam, not eating all prasadam. We're eating some, chocolate, this thing.
Yeah.
And we want, we're attached to that, but at the same time, we want to surrender more to Krishna. How do we get that taste?
Do it. It's up to you. That's why good association is very important. Yes. Like it's mentioned that one of the first principles is sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. Association with devotees. I don't know how you say the saying in English. I know it in other languages. Tell me who you go. How you say that? Associate, and I'll tell you how you are. What is it in English?
Tell me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah, that's it. That actually exists in many languages. And you have such nice association with so many devotees. Yes. And the way how to associate with devotees is not to become their master, but their servant. Prabhu. Yeah. That's why Prabhupada taught us to direct ourselves to other devotees as Prabhu. Master. How can I serve you? What can I do to you? How can I cooperate with you? Yeah. That's it. That's actually what we need. In the material world, we're all envious and how you say, with all these bad qualities. When you come in touch with devotees, you cooperate with the devotees. I remember in the beginning, sometimes young people would join. In the temples, they would stay in the temple, and the parents couldn't understand what's going on. Why is he staying? And sometimes they would come to the temple. The mother would go to the temple and check where the son or the daughter was, and all of a sudden they saw them in the kitchen cleaning a pot. Wow! And they would say, "What? At my home, at your home, you never wash the pot. What are you doing here?" Yeah. What is this? No, because devotional service is actually, when it's carried out with a proper attitude, it's pure nectar. Yeah. Just like we have the saying, the more you clean the temple, the more your heart becomes purified. And that's the fact. You have to learn how to act properly, how to engage your senses in the proper way. Yeah? What do you think? Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Sure? What was my answer?
First of all, you said just do it, but
right.
by engaging in good association with
Yes. Yes. And you have a nice association, No? All these devotees are very special. That's why Krishna is in the Bhagavad Gita, amongst thousands of men, maybe one surrenders, one becomes devotee. And we have the association of these people here, of these fortunate souls. Yeah.
Thank you for sitting with us and discussing this evening.
Can you come closer? Otherwise, or the microphone maybe. Yeah, okay.
Thank you for coming and sitting and discussing with us this evening. I have one question. Everyone has their particular tendencies or nature that they're coming into this world with. And sometimes in our practice of devotional service, we may have an inclination to perform a particular set of service that flows with our nature at the expense of other services that you may not be so inclined to do, or you may appreciate more here and not so much over there. And then as you mature in your devotional service, then you obviously see, like you said, nectar everywhere.
Then you're ready, you're ready to do anything.
Yes, there's opportunities everywhere. But in the performance of, or in the neglect, perhaps, or not engaging so much in a particular set of service versus more in a different area, how does that balance in one's thinking? Because consciously you may say, I'm doing like this, I'm doing like that, I'm not doing like this, I'm not doing
The
like that.
Vedic system is that one becomes a brahmachari first. No? And he undergoes training. No? Just like our training, after a while, Prabhupada introduced book distribution. No? And the training is very important. Everyone is just servant, does what the spiritual master asks him to do. No, they're all coming together in the morning for Mangal Arti, they're reading the books together and all that. And then after a while, when you receive good training, then naturally you more and more become engaged according to nature, your nature. Spiritual master engages according to that nature.
Is it offensive in any way?
Sorry?
Is it offensive in any way when you, as you grow and become more mature in Krishna consciousness, that you can specialize, or not necessarily specialize, but be more engaged in this way?
With these kind of doubts, you should ask your spiritual master. Guru Maharaj, I have this problem. What shall I do? And the spiritual master will tell you, well, maybe you should do this. And not do that, but that. That's why we need a spiritual master to guide us. Yeah. So? Sorry? You know, I need some. Why don't you speak here? And then you bring it back.
Yasodamata is Krishna's pure devotee, mother of Krishna. So how to Yasodamata angry coming so with Krishna fearing?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Maharaj is he's asking whether Yashoda is Krishna's pure devotee. So how is it that she is becoming angry and beating Krishna?
She
becoming angry.
And then Krishna is becoming afraid.
because she has a very special relationship with Krishna. Actually, Prabhupada used to say that actually Krishna is very pleased if you serve him. But in the end, Krishna likes it more to serve the devotees. To be, under their, under their control. Yeah. Just like Bali Maharaj. No? When Vamana appeared in his court, he asked for 3 steps, and then he realized, wow, who this personality was, and actually Krishna had come, Vishnu had come in the form of Vamana, and he surrendered. Atmani Vedana. That means he's the example of complete surrender. And as a result of that, Vamana was so pleased with Bali Maharaj, he became his doorkeeper. How you say that in English? Doorkeeper?
Doorkeeper.
Huh?
Doorkeeper.
Doorkeeper, yeah, okay, doorkeeper. Serving his devotee. That's difficult to understand. For that you have to be a devotee to understand this, to appreciate it. There's more confidential topics in Krishna consciousness. And these things become more and more clear, more and more revealed in due course of time. Yeah? But first we're supposed to be servant, humble servant. Yeah? Did I answer your question? But you're not satisfied. But did you understand? Yeah? Sure? Okay. Yeah? Something else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, sometimes when you're in this movement, in this process for some years, 5 years, 10 years, our sadhana, our chanting, our service becomes mechanical. Why does that happen? How can we move on from that?
Yeah. At one point in the yatra where I was many years back, our GBC, whenever somebody asks, how can I? He used to say, chant 16 rounds, pay obeisances properly, read Prabhupada's books, associate with devotees in the proper way. This is a process of purification. If it becomes mechanical, well, you better ask your God brothers, or you ask your spiritual master what you're doing wrong, or those who instruct you, or those who are instructing you, your authorities. Maybe you should increase your chanting instead of minimizing it. What do you think? What are you reading right now?
Reading?
What are you reading?
My Bible.
Where are you? Which part?
Fourth Canto 9.
Fourth canto?
Fourth Canto 1.
Ah, okay. Yeah. And how many rounds you chant?
16.
Only 16? You are a devotee with so many years. You're only chanting 16 rounds. You haven't developed any taste for the chanting?
Taste was there, but now too caught up.
Maybe you have to have more challenges in your life. Because if everything is always doing the same thing, we need some more, how you say, in English, challenges, how you say?
Fresh challenges, obstacles.
Yeah. Or do something different. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing?
Actually work.
You work. What do you work?
Work a utility company, yes.
You have your own company?
Work with a government company.
Okay. Yeah, should be careful. You're associated with a lot of people, no? We're not devotees, isn't it?
Yes, Maharaj, too many.
Yeah, so you have to be more alert. Take more part in the temple programs associated with devotees. You're living in the temple still?
No, Maharaj.
Huh? You're living close to the temple?
Yes, Maharaj, 10 minutes, 7 minutes.
So you're attending the programs here in the temple?
Not regularly, maybe like 2 times. Sunday feast and some outreach programs.
You do programs at home?
No, Maharaj.
Why not? That's too heavy? Huh? I remember you as a brahmachari. Hare Krishna. You were more effulgent at that time.
It's too much.
Huh?
That's correct.
Yeah, so do something before before things become more blurred, how you say? What do you think? What is your opinion?
I agree. Sometimes we could get distracted.
Sorry?
Sometimes we could get distracted, but if we maintain our sadhana, that is our strength. If we maintain our association, that is our positive strength. There, we just become rooted in that, and everything else we promise our feeling.
Yeah, so you have such nice association. Such nice companion. He gave you very good advice.
Real challenge is the preaching program.
Sorry?
I think sometimes we're afraid to approach the karmis to preach.
You're what?
Sometimes we're afraid to approach the karmis to preach them, but that's where the real challenge is.
Yeah.
And the real nectar is in the challenge of preaching. And sometimes we're losing our taste with sadhana is becoming mechanical and chanting because we're not recognizing the essence. Preaching, along with sadhana, of course, but what make that effort to accept the challenge of approaching these demons. It's not easy. That's where the real nectar is in the preaching. And sometimes we're not getting that nectar because we're not preaching. Sadhana alone is not enough, we have to actually preach.
Listen attentively.
We have to preach. That's where the real nectar is, in the preaching. Because Krishna, he says, no one is more dear to me than those who preach. So he gives it a special nectar.
Yes. You're doing that?
I think it because I've experienced it.
Sorry?
Because I've experienced that.
Yeah.
Preaching, approaching these demons, risking their life. The devotee must be willing to risk his life.
Yeah, that's
preach.
That's not for everybody.
Oh, sometimes you're afraid. You can't be afraid.
No, but
It's free from fear.
yeah, those who are leaders have to give the example. Whatever a great man does, common man will follow. Yeah. Well, that's what we need. We need examples. Like you have so many children here also. You have to give a good example. These children need good education, good examples, and can see the result. Okay, I think we came to a natural end. Oh, you want to comment something? You were about to say something.
Well, again, if we can have a few more of these sessions on your tour, it would be most welcome, because I think this question and answering this question becomes a great inspiration for us to continue. So I'd love to be able to see if you like it for the group as a family, so we can engage like that. And then, as you leave, that nectar that you leave with us lingers on and inspires us.
I have observed in different places, when the householders preach in their way, they invite people to their homes, do programs at their homes. That's actually very nice preaching. Because the Swamis, Jai Maharaj, Bhai Maharaj. They're only for a few days there. Nobody knows what they do in the rest of the time. But the householders, they're staying at the same place. And people kind of observe them. They have to be exemplary. They have to give a good example. Yeah. What do you think?
That's too much.
Yeah?
We need more.
As householders, we need to take more responsibility of our own, of course, first of our own son, but also to invite and expand our family as well.
Yes. We are all part of this family. Prabhupada created a big family. And when we keep Prabhupada in the center, and his teachings in the center, everything becomes so nice. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki
Tomorrow morning we'll be having Harinam at 7:30 a.m. at Monterey Post Market. So please, all who are available,
What is it?
please,
What is it, sir?
join us.
Harinam tomorrow
Oh, hi.
morning in the market, 7 o'clock.
And also, if you
Every morning?
you should ask
Yes,
for
morning.
encouragement. But if we can all make it for Mangalarti, please do come out at 6 a.m. Thank you very much.
Is that was recorded, no?
Yes,
Oh, yeah?
recorder.
What does it go to?
So we record for, this is live?
Yeah.